Hey friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com where I'm all about simplicity. Today we're going to be making the cutest little shaggy tree using a tin from the Dollar Tree and also some chunky yarn from Hobby Lobby. So the first thing that we're going to do is paint this tin white. I am using white chalk paint that I got at Lowe's. You're going to want to dry it and then add a second coat. Make sure to be careful when you dry this tin because it does get really hot when you apply heat. So I'm just covering it up here with the second coat on the back side. Just make sure you have the wording that's on the tin covered up good. So now we're going to come in with a napkin. This is just a cute napkin I found in my stash. No clue where I got it. But like I said, it was in my stash, so I decided to use it. You're going to want to peel off that back layer because they are 2-ply. And I like to rip around the edges. I like that look a little better than cutting. So either way you want to do it is fine. Then we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge this right to the tin. So my napkin was actually a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but it did end up working really well for this project. So I'm going to dry it quick, and then I'm going to sand off the top and the bottom, those little pieces that hang over. Then I'm going to come in with some antique wax. I like to dip it in the wax and then brush it off and then go over my project. That's just going to add a nice little rustic look to this. So now I'm going to make sure it's nice and dry, and then I'm going to come in with some chunky yarn. So this first little cluster I actually did not need. So I was just kind of not sure what I was doing and just kind of playing around with it here. So you're just going to want to zigzag back and forth and then tie in the middle. We're basically making like a big shaggy pom-pom. Just that first one I made was a little too big for what I was doing. So this second one here, I am going to use this one for sure. And this smaller one, I'm definitely going to use this one also. So that other one, I'll just put in my craft stash for another craft later on down the road. So now I'm just going to clip the ends off. Like I said, we're just making like a big shaggy pom-pom here. So I'm just clipping those loops. And we're going to do some more trimming a little bit later on. But for now, we're just sort of getting everything to fit together the way that we want it to look. So now I'm going to come in with some foam. I got this foam at Hobby Lobby. The first piece you need to trim down because this tin is smaller at the bottom and then gets wider as it goes up. So I just hot glued that into place, and then that second piece didn't need trimmed at all. I'm going to take a stick from the backyard and hot glue it right into the center. I pushed it down into the foam a little bit. Then we're going to add some rocks for some weight so our project doesn't tip over on us. And then I'm just going to tie this first. This was that middle section. I'm going to tie that on. You could hot glue it if you want to, but I had some extra string there, so I just tied it on. So then I'm going to take this next piece and I'm going to do the same thing. And you'll have to excuse me while I'm doing this voiceover. Buddy is standing, my yellow lab buddy is standing right here making all the sounds. So then I'm going to tie that next piece on, and I just added a little bit of hot glue. I know you guys can't see, my angle's a little bit off here. And then I did need one more smaller section. So you will need 3 sections, just like I said, that one that I made, that first one I made was just a little bit too big. So then I'm just going to hot glue this right to the tip of the top one there. And then I'm going to go through and I'm just trimming up what needs trimmed. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Spanish moss to the base. Like I said, I know you can't see this too well, but you'll see here when I'm finished. So I'm going to take some strips of fabric, some ribbon, and just make a cute little bow and just tie it in the center. This is the refab bow. I saw this bow from Brooke at Refabbed, and I love it. It's so easy to make for people like me who cannot make a bow for anything. So then I'm just going to add a little bell there to the center. And then I'm taking some of this fake spray snow. You can find this at Christmas almost every year in with the Christmas supplies. It's awesome for crafting. I always pick up a can of it. I added a little glitter, and then I'm going to take that bow and just hot glue it there to the top and trim everything up pretty good. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this super fun DIY project. For more ideas just like this one, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.